High School AP Biology, Chapter 4, Carbon and Molecular Diversity. The concept we're discussing today is isomers, structural isomers, and stereoisomers. Now, what are isomers? Chemical compounds with the same molecular formula but different structural formulae are called isomers. Compounds with the same molecular formula can have atoms bonded together in different orders. These compounds are called structural isomers. Compounds can also have the same molecular formula and atoms bonded together in the same order as each other, but they might differ in the three-dimensional orientations of their atoms in space. These compounds are called stereoisomers. To show you an example, here is a picture that demonstrates the different kinds of isomers. In structural isomers, the atoms and the functional groups are joined together in different ways. So, for example, on the left here we can see that we have two compounds where the only functional group that is different is the F that is attached to the carbon in terms of the location. This is an example of a structural isomer. There are many types of structural isomers, such as chain isomers, position isomers, functional group isomers, and skeletal isomers. Now, what is stereoisomers? In stereoisomers, the bond structure is exactly the same, but the geometric positioning of atoms and functional groups in space differs. Here we can see an example on the right-hand side of bromine, hydrogen, carbon, chlorine, and fluorine all connected together. And these two compounds have the same chemical formula, but they are in three-dimensional space situated differently. So this class of isomers also includes enantiomers. Now, enantiomers are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. Diastereomers are examples of different isomers where they are superimposable mirror images of each other. There are also cis-trans isomers which have restricted rotation within the molecule. Typically, these are isomers containing a double bond, as we can see here. In octahedral coordination compounds, FAC with facial ligands and MER with meridonial ligands isomers occur. Although conformers can be referred to as stereoisomers, they are not stable isomers, since bonds in the conformers can easily rotate, thus converting one conformer to the other, which can either be diastereomeric or enantiomeric to the original one. While structural isomers typically have very different chemical properties, stereoisomers behave identically in most chemical reactions, except in their reaction with other stereoisomers. Some stereoisomers also differ in the way that they rotate polarized light. So in sum, what we can see, to sum up, is that in chemistry, isomers are compounds with the same molecular formula but different structural formulas. They do not necessarily share similar properties unless they also have the same exact functional groups. There are many classes of isomers, like stereoisomers, structural isomers, which are the two main kinds of isomers.